It's 1 o'clock at night and I'm heading to Sydney City to pick up my friend who is going with me on a 5-day hunting and camping trip. We are 4 people going on 2 different vehicles, and I have all the camping stuff and my hunting stuff loaded up in my vehicle. So stay with me for that 5-day adventure. We reached here 7 o'clock in the morning. Just met the property owner, signed the documents and got the map from him for this property. He has also briefed us about the features of this property, where the creeks are, where the valleys are, and where we are likely to find game. So fingers crossed, we just hope for the best. And right now I'm driving on these very steep hills because this property is in a very hilly area. The landlord, the property owner, has already warned us about the because the area is only accessible by 4x4. Normal 2-wheel drive, it's difficult or nearly impossible for that. After a few bends in the road, it was a straight drive right into the sun for a few kilometers. It was a real test of my eyes and my nerves because even my Ray-Bans were not working there. I was just keeping my vehicle towards left of the road, hoping that oncoming drivers will have a very good view of the road and my vehicle because the sun would be on their back. It was a terrible drive on a bumpy, and I would rather say on a corrugated gravel road. We finally reached the property and it was time for lowering tire pressure, putting the vehicle into low gear and get ready for some serious stuff. We thought that we were near the camping area, but we were wrong. In fact, we have to cross all these hills to reach to the camping area. So we are crossing these hills one after another. They are very steep climb, so I have to be very careful driving myself here. But eventually we will get to that campground and we will set up our camp for next 4 days here somewhere. These are very steep hills and the track, as you can see, is very bad. Good thing about it is that it's dry. It's not been raining for a few weeks at least in this area, so I'm finding all these tracks dry and comparatively easy to drive on. In muddy situation, these tracks can be very dangerous because they are very steep. I have all the load in my vehicle spare water, spare fuel, all the camping gear, all the hunting gear. So my vehicle is now this time fully packed, and it's a heavy vehicle. I'm in low gear. And this vehicle is doing its maximum right now. Next morning, we explored the far end of the property. We parked our vehicles on the top of a hill, and then from that hill downwards, it was 1 kilometer long trail through very dense bush leading towards a creek. The map was showing that the creek has some water, so we tried to explore this area. We finally managed to reach to the creek, but after that, all that effort since morning, going through very dense bush and reaching that creek, we found out that it was bone dry. So you can see that creek in the background. So now we have decided to go up again, and probably we will see the initial part of that creek where we entered in this property, and we had seen some water there. So instead of this tail end, we are just going to the place from where we entered this property, so that we can follow that creek and explore this area for next 3 days. Walking through the bush in the morning, my rifle had a real abuse because it was hit against a tree trunk several times. On another occasion, I was slipped from a very steep slope. So after these two incidents, I was not confident that it would hold its zero. I had zeroed my rifle at the rifle range a week before this hunting trip at 100 meter. So when I checked in the afternoon, it was shooting 3 inches up at 100 meter. So that was a very big difference. I tightened all the screws on scope rings and on the scope base, and then re-zeroed my rifle at 100 meter. In the next clip, please pardon me for my low voice because I was very near to game trails and right in the middle of bedding areas. On last day of our trip, we decided to be serious about hunting, and in the morning we scouted this area where we found at least 3 game trails that are merging at one point. This is the point where the game trails are merging, and we just found a high ground maybe 70 yards away from that, and we set up our hide. So this is our hide. We are 2 of us, and we just set up our hide, and we just arranged a dead log behind our screen to sit on it comfortably. And we have a couple of rifles with us. One is a .308 caliber and the other one is .243. So this is our hide setup. This is a camouflage screen. We tied with this tree, and the other end is tied with that tree. On the bottom we have arranged some stones and some dead wood to just make it stable in the wind, and I'll just show you the back side of our hide. So this is our little setup for today. We have arranged a log with dead log just picked from up the hill, brought it down, and we just comfortably sat behind these. We have our day packs with us. We have lighting arrangement for the night to walk back to our camp, and these are 2 rifles. One is Tikka T3X in .243 caliber. The other one is Steyr Pro Hunter in .308 caliber. So hope for the best. Let's see what comes our way. Stay tuned. We waited for the animals till half an hour after darkness, and we didn't see any movement or hear any noise or see any animal. So now we are just returning back to our camp. We were just talking to each other what could be the reason why we didn't see any animal after seeing bedding areas there, and after seeing a lot of feed and a lot of droppings. There were some confirmed game trails here. In the morning when we scouted this area, we had seen plenty of footprints, probably deer, but we have come to conclusion that because this place was not very far from where we were zeroing our guns, and everybody zeroed their gun, and there was some shooting noise, or gunfire noise from adjacent property as well. So perhaps animals from this area have moved to somewhere else. That could be the only reason why we see all these bedding areas, fresh droppings, but didn't see even one animal. We didn't shoot any animal in this trip, but I'm satisfied because this is a part of life. This is a part of hunting. A hunter has to be very patient, and hunting is not a thing that you do haphazardly. Every time you go out in the bush, you bring a deer in your car. No, my dear, no, my friends, hunting doesn't work that way. So let's accept it. And yeah, I have to say thank you for watching this video, and all the hunters out there, be patient. Someday you will definitely get your trophy. If you are like me, then probably you like the outdoor life. This is the beauty of going out away from concrete jungles, big cities, cosmopolitan, metropolitan areas, spending some good quality time with friends in the woods. You see, we have just light the campfire. We'll just now sit, relax. We'll review our day today, what we have done today, made some new friends, good friends. These are our tents. that we set up for this camping session, and we have also set up a gazebo there that is being used as a kitchen. So we were fully prepared for this camping trip. Hunting was just merely a little part of it, but mostly we did camping, we did 4x4 like off-roading, and yes, we enjoyed a lot. And yes, tomorrow morning we will return back to Sydney, and I just have to say, people who live in concrete jungles, big cities, don't stress yourself a lot. Whenever you get some time, whenever you can, go out in the bush, spend some quality time. You will relax a lot. All the burden, all the stress from your mind will go away, and you will be more active, more productive, and you will love your life more than ever. All right, guys, thank you very much for being with me. God bless. Bye bye.